AkilahSiti knows that when it comes to being a parent, manners matter.
Sure do. So she's a mom herself and an etiquette expert. And here she is with her daughter, Anaya. Oh my God. How old is she, Akilah?
She is 2.5 now.
Okay. Akilah joins us now to talk about developing social skills in the age of social media and smartphones. Gosh, what an important topic, Akilah.
Probably the most important topic.
School has been out, so we have this time where a lot of parents are like, what am I going to do with my kids? Can we polish them?
Here's a device.
Yes.
Right.
We can't put them in front of that, right?
No.
So what did we do when we were growing up without all of those devices? So the little things that kids are doing now or teenagers are doing now, they're not aware of people around them. So things like personal space is a major thing. They're very close to people or they're too far away, right? Those different types of things. So a 1.5 feet is a good way to teach. Within our culture, personal space. Now, if you travel abroad, you could be real close to people.
Right.
But here, about a 1.5 feet is good.
It's interesting, and as we talk about these blunders, man, the summer is a time to kind of rehash some of these things because you have them all day long, or you're coming home from work, you got some time. So why don't we go over some of these common blunders that we can help out our kids with?
Lack of eye contact. So they're meeting somebody for the first time and they're looking down, looking around, all those different things. So just tell them not to do the creepy stare, but just for 2 seconds, glance at an adult in the eye and then move on. And just, it's not going to kill you, right? Just take those 2 seconds to do that.
I know adults who need training in that.
Yes. Networking and things like that, developing those skills. And this is the perfect time to develop those soft skills. Yes, and not just expecting when they become an adult for them to know everything.
Yeah, it'll just occur to them.
Right.
Not every kid has to be a great orator, but avoiding those, that's got to be a blunder that all kids go through, right?
And you know, when I started teaching this, I started paying attention more to people who do it. So when you hear somebody saying, well, maybe, you know, just give definitive answers. And that shows that you're a confident person, you're secure in the answer that you're providing. And I mean, I always hear my mom in the back of my head when I was little. If I answered yeah or huh or what to her, she would just sit there and look at me. And then you're like, oh, yes, you know.
Until you corrected it?
Yes.
That's a good way to do it instead of
really
like punishment.
Right. Yeah, then you get in the habit.
Yes. And she's like, I don't know who you're talking to, right? I don't understand that.
That sounds familiar. Okay, so now that we know the blunders, you mentioned one thing to do, obviously, kind of like not necessarily correct them, but let them correct themselves. What other ways can kids learn to learn better social skills?
Well, developing their emotional IQ. Again, and like you said, some adults don't have these different skills. So being aware of those around them, not constantly being on their devices, looking down and imagining a world inside of their device, but being aware that there's a world around them. So developing emotional IQ is something that even businesses start to look at as you start to become an adult. So this is the prime time to start to do that. Be aware of those around you. Be aware of how you are responding to people and your role in situations as well.
So
I read once that if you wouldn't take out a crossword puzzle and start doing it, you shouldn't take out your device and start looking at it. Is that still a good rule?
Yeah, it's so weird to me, the evolution of having devices everywhere. You sit down to dinner, you're pulling your device out, so you're having dinner with all of your friends on Facebook too. So I challenge people when I teach teenagers to put their phones away. Yes.
I got a question for Heidi and Akilah here. Okay, so me and my partner Brett, we're like, you know, when we raise kids, they're never going to say, hey, all that stuff. They're going to eat exactly what we tell them. And I do remind Brett, I'm like, you know, maybe it's a little bit harder than to make it seem. So what do you think? Am I in for some trouble?
I had grandiose ideas.
Kids, right?
I was a good parent before.
I was great at parenting before I had children.
I just figured I had 2 moms and mine is ask that. Akilah, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks, guys, for having me. Appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure when you come here. And for more information on Akilah, head to AkilahSiti.com.